just need you to take a breath and calm down.
No,
okay?
I won't calm down. I won't calm down because calming down isn't helping me, is it? It isn't helping my son, and that's all I care about.
I know. And I care about him too, but...
No, you don't. You're a liar. If you cared about him, there wouldn't be a but. You know, you're all the same, with your sympathetic, professional tilt of the head, but when it actually comes down to it, you don't care.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. Would you think what you and all the others are doing is fair? You're dropping off one by one. You're giving up. You're giving up on him.
Let me take you home, OK? I will call Toya.
No, I don't want Toya. I want Elliot, and I want him here now. And neither of us are leaving until he gets here.
Leanne.
For as long as it takes him, right?
Leanne, Oliver needs you.
I am fed up. I am fed up of everybody telling me what is best. They're thinking that they know better than me. For as long as it takes, we are staying here.
Okay, I'll call him. Hello, Elliot. I was just wondering if you wouldn't mind swinging by the office. No, there's no problem. It's just I've got Leanne here, and she's pretty upset. Yeah. Cheers, Elliot. Appreciate it. All right, I'll see you then. He's coming.
That's the reason you sat...
Leanne, why don't you sit down?
How much longer is it going to be?
How about a cup of tea?
No, I'm fine. Look, I know you don't agree with what I'm doing, but thanks anyway.
I may not agree, but I do understand. So does Toya.
Oh, don't make excuses for her. If she understood, then she wouldn't be agreeing with the rest of you, would she?
She had to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, I don't need her honesty or her approval. I just need Elliot here to get me through this, because I need to save my son. Will you just phone him again? Oh, he's not coming, is he?
Leanne.
You barefaced lied.
No, I didn't call him because I knew that he wouldn't come. I knew there'd be no point.
Leanne, open the door.
Lee, please. Look, we only want what's best for you and for Oliver.
Yeah, well, I'm not interested in anything you've got to say.
Open up so we can talk.
Any of you!
If I thought that there was even a glimmer of hope that Elliot would be willing to help or that it would have done any good.
But this isn't going to help Oliver. Speaking to Elliot isn't going to help him.
Yeah, well, tell me what is.
Right now, Oliver needs his mum by his side.
Nick's right. You should be at the hospital. Lee, I'm begging you.
Steve?
Something's wrong.
What? What is it?
You can't go in
No,
there.
he needs me.
No, he needs doctors right now.
Bloody aspirates from ET tube throughout the day, then sudden deterioration at 15:02 with DSATs to low 60s.
BP?
Dropped to 80 systolic, HR50.
What access have we got?
Central line in right antecubital and cannula in right foot. Suctioning a clot from ET.
Sats are dropping. Start CPR.
It's okay.
What happened?
I'm afraid Oliver required resuscitation.
But he's back to how he was before.
He's stable for now. Please sit. As I explained before, progression in Oliver's condition would likely lead to liver failure. The liver produces clotting factors, and as it begins to fail, this in turn has led to a disruption in the blood clotting mechanism, causing Oliver to bleed into his breathing tube.
And this is non-reversible, is it? This liver thing, it'll happen again.
Almost certainly. But while we're going through the legal process, we will, of course, continue to resuscitate. But there's no guarantee it'll be successful.
Thank you, Doctor. Tracy's on her way.
I know you blame me for what just happened.
I know you think what you're doing is right. But before, all those people, All that noise, the machines. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, please don't let our son go like this. Please don't let this be his last moments.
Well, that's just it, innit? You see it as inevitable.
It is inevitable, Leanne. Look, we have no hope. All we have is a choice of how this ends. Either our son dies surrounded by medics, sticking things in him, sucking blood clots out of him, or he dies in our arms, or stroking his face, telling him not to be scared, telling him we love him.
Don't you dare say that I don't love him.
Of course you love him, but taking this back to court isn't the way to show it. Prolonging the agony isn't the way.
He deserves somebody to fight for him.
What he needs is to die being comforted, to die with dignity. Look, what you're doing, it comes from the right place. It comes from the best place. But it is not kind.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't let him go.
Leanne, he isn't your property. He's a person.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm glad you called. It's hard watching people you love suffer.
You know, when you have him, you think the hardest decision is going to be which school you send him to.
I had this client. His mum had Alzheimer's, and well, she no longer knew who he was. But she became really poorly, and he knew that she was dying. And, well, it was probably for the best. But on the last night, as he watched her fading away, he said he just kept willing her to take one more breath, and then one more. It is completely understandable that you would want to fight for every second of Oliver's life.
You know, before he got sick, I'd always moan at Steve and Nick for not doing enough. But secretly, I think I quite liked it that I was the one in control of what he ate, what he wore. I was the one to keep him safe. And now I just feel like I don't have any control over anything.
That little boy is your greatest achievement. For 3 years, you've given him the best life. The best.
You know, I lie awake sometimes. In the middle of the night, it's like I can feel his hand. And I just can't bear this.
Well, he's yours and you're his, and you will always feel him with you.
Will I? You know, when it was all happening before, the blood clots and the breathing and everything, I thought, what if this is it? And then I won't have to make that decision, will I? And I was kind of relieved. What's our mother thinks that?
Well, the sort who's exhausted, the sort who's in hell, who loves her child, doesn't want to see him suffer.
I can't tell him to end it, I can't. If I don't fight for him, then he's got no one.
Leanne, nobody could have done more. But you have to ask yourself if you're doing this for Oliver now. I promise you, no one will think that you've let him down. Absolutely no one.
I just can't bear a world without him. To wake up in the morning and not be able to hold his little hand.
I know. But maybe it's time to take back control. Do this one last thing for your baby.
Trace, look, can you try and call Emma? Because it keeps going to answer machine and... All right, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I love you too. Okay, bye. The nurses are checking on him.
Yeah, we saw.
Do you want a coffee or anything?
No, thanks.
Listen, Lee, about before...
Steve, I spoke to Imran. I'm not going to fight anymore.